everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you for sharing and subscribing my videos, and thank you for watching and taking time out of your day. Alright, so if you guys would like a private reading with me, you can email me at the email I linked below, or you can reach me at facebook.com/hippiechicktarot for more information. All the information you need is right there. Okay, so we're going to kick it old school this month, and we're going to use 4 tarot decks, and we're going to cover our 4 sections like we used to do. And that is career and finances, and then love and home life, and then your challenge, you know, what actions you need to take, and then we're going to move into the spirit message with air. So let's get started. I'm so happy to have you. Let's jump right in. I'm going to randomly pick one of the signs to be the first to get their video recorded, edited, and uploaded. Okay, so this one, let's see who got it. Pisces. Pisces, congratulations. All right, everybody, enjoy your reading. Hey, Gemini, I pulled your name out of the hat 5th. So from now on, we're just going to do the previous month's views amounts is whoever has the highest views, whatever zodiac sign, you guys will be the first one uploaded. So you get to see your video first. Okay, so I'm just finishing pulling your cards. Okay. And let's move on to this deck. We're almost done. We just got to pull your spirit section. And okay, oop. That one slipped. Okay, you got temperance there. All right, so let's see what you got. First, we're going to work on home and, finances and career. Okay, work and finances, your abundance, how you butter your bread. Okay, and wow, we got 3 cards facing, and they're 3 majors already. Let's turn these all over and put the story together. Oh, whoa. Okay, wow. Out of 8 cards, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are major arcanas. This is going to be a very impactful month for you, Gemini. Very, 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 very. Let's talk about career and finances first, okay? With the world, it's kind of like freedom, you know, being completely fulfilled, having a really good understanding of the work you're doing. But the devil is kind of like, you know, you might have somebody trying to control you, or you could be doubting yourself. You could be holding yourself back, okay? Somebody else could be imposing their beliefs on you or trying to manipulate you. But this is kind of like freedom from that. So maybe through your work, this month, you're finding that you're able to release this pressure, this control, even if it's you holding yourself back, it's kind of like being free from those blockages, okay? So whatever you're doing for your finances, it's like you're kind of overcoming things. Some of you might even be free to choose how much money you make this month. For some of you, you could have available overtime. For some of you, it could be like, okay, so-and-so is out of work, so however much you can work, that's how much we need you. And you know, or maybe you're changing into something where you have more freedom with setting your own schedule, or, you know, being in charge of your own wages, where you can work when you want to work and make however much you want to make, you know, something along those lines. But this has to do with letting go of holding yourself back, big time, big time. And, you know, all these major arcanas, it's like you're trying to transform your life, because we have judgment down here showing up. So it's like you're trying to make big changes, okay? It's showing up everywhere. Majorly, it's showing up both cards in your finances and work and abundance. And then it's showing up in your emotions with love and your home life, family, with one. Let's move on to that section. We have the High Priestess, okay? And the 3 of Cups. So what this is telling me is that it's kind of like again, it's kind of like feeling accomplished. Like you guys are, it's like you might be doing something with your family that it could be a grand event, but more likely it's something that's going to benefit your family, benefit your friends, benefit whoever you're doing this with, okay? This involves other people. So it's kind of like you guys planned something, did something, wanted something, worked together on something, put a project together, a business together, an idea together, something, an event, and now you get to kind of celebrate. Now you're like celebrating a milestone with somebody. This could be a long friendship that you're celebrating a milestone of. This could be something where your dream became a reality in some way that involved other people, and you kind of, you see a bright future in your social and home life. But this could be a way where you're combining work with your family. So it could be a family starting a family business, or going to work for a family business, or something like that, because that could be the freedom that you're getting from other people trying to control you. For some of you, it might be true that you leave this kind of 9 to 5 job and you move into something more entrepreneurial with other people. Okay. As far as relationships go, it's copacetic. So your home life is going to feel good in September. You're going to feel like you got a grip on things. You know what's going on. You can kind of foresee what's going to happen. And it's kind of like no big deal, no big changes, but things to celebrate with the ones you love. But as far as in your home, it's kind of feeling pretty balanced, pretty predictable, and pretty good. Okay? Pretty good. Good news on the who you are to the ones you love front, okay? Who you are to the money you make, you're moving out of something into something better. You're feeling better about it, okay? Finances are feeling better. But don't remember, this is you can't let this surpass you. You can't let this have a grip. So you either turn around, face it, deal with it, and rid yourself of it, or you carry it along and eventually let it ruin things for you. So that's your choice. And Gemini, trust me, you got enough going on here. You don't need any more. So face whatever this is, and just make a hard choice. Make a hard choice. The thing in your heart that you're asking, it's you got to do it. Okay, I feel like some of you are like, have something written in your heart that you really just like what's weighing on your heart. Do you want to do it or not? It's like a hard choice. And for those of you that's true, it's saying you can be free if you do it. Okay. Now let's move on to your challenge. Okay, we have temperance, which is like moderation. So you could be going overboard on something, overboard on work, overboard with the friends, overboard. For some of you, this could be drinking, partying, celebrating too much. And with judgment, that's definitely like transformation here. So it's like, also judgment is loved ones too that have passed. So for some of you, that could be like, you can't get over it. Okay. And it's like every day, just one step at a time, you're trying to take it easy. For some of you, this is like a self-transformation where you feel like, you're bringing yourself into a place of more self-control. Maybe some of you could be quitting drinking, quitting habits, quitting bad behaviors and habits that are self-destructive. And that could be bringing you into some freedom in your abundance section too, because the better you are, the better you produce, so but there's a lot of growth happening here too. It's kind of like freedom. The main key words here is transformation and freedom. Transformation and freedom. Celebration of the transformation and freedom, Temperance is like, as a challenge, you need to bring things into moderation, have more self-control, overcome habits, overcome self-destructive ways, try to kind of bring both things together. It's like the mediation of physical reality and your soul. It's having a better understanding and a higher grasp on bringing all the areas of your life together is basically like the challenge here. Bringing things into moderation, not overdoing or underdoing, not neglecting and putting off, and also not jumping the gun. It's a happy medium. So it's feeling like your challenge is allowing yourself to be happy, because the Judgment card, transformation, needs to happen, needs to occur. And the Temperance is like, you need to bring it into moderation. So it's like, allow yourself to transform, allow yourself to change, even if you don't know who it is, who you'll be on the other side of that. It's exciting, and know that take stock in knowing that you'll still be you. You'll just be you without this. You'll be you without your past and your shadows haunting you. So it's like allowing yourself to come to a point where you feel like you deserve good things in your life. That's a huge challenge for you. Seeing that you can actually do it, that you can actually have some moderation, some self-control, some, get you have 2 Temperance. 2. This is why I use more than one deck, because when it comes up like this, it's like spirit, spirit. So that's your biggest message. Okay. We'll talk about that more in a second, that there's 2. But here to finish off your challenge, it's kind of like, allow yourself to transform. Allow yourself to change. Don't cling to things just because they're familiar. They could be destructive. So you want to transform in a constructive way, in a moderation type of way, not in an exuberant type of way. Not in a over the top in one direction and neglectful, or ignoring the other parts of your life. It's like facing it and moving through, allowing the transformation to occur and being better because of it, even if you can't see that right now. Okay, now let's move on to your spirit message. So it's like, wow. We have the 10 of Wands right here, which is like completion and action. It's finishing up something and tying off all the loose ends and moving into the next thing. And this is kind of like giving up a behavior. I'm seeing this as a spirit is telling you to give up a behavior, give up an action, give up something that you've done for a long time, because it's a 10. So you've done it, you've put a lot of work into it. Okay. But it's kind of like, bring it into moderation, letting things that you've done before go, completing, Spirit wants you to know that not everything has to be all you doing everything. You can get some help. You can have things in more balance for yourself. And moderation, again. This is so like you have to come into and a higher understanding that like a higher perspective. It's like this spirit message is like, Spirit wants you to see things from a higher perspective. Okay, so let's do something and look at this main message you got, because you got 2 Temperance cards, and I love when I get doubles, because this means that like there's a huge message in it for you, and this is like a really good way to get some clarity. So when you have Temperance, you're talking about self-control, being the ace of your game. You know what I mean? Knowing what's good, what's bad. Not being so prude that you won't have fun, but not having so much fun that you neglect other things. And it's kind of like knowing your boundaries, knowing your limits, but not limiting yourself. So on this end, this is your challenge, and this is your advice. They were both the second card in the challenge and the advice. So they have to do with each other. It's kind of like, this is your challenge. You're out of moderation. You're out of, you don't have much self-control going on, with a certain aspect or many aspects. Your emotions might be all over the place. You could have a lack of understanding. Okay. You don't feel, you could be feeling uneasy, feeling like there's something, but you don't know how to grasp it. Things like that. Okay. Like, people could, be not cooperating with you, or feeling like there's, what you want and what you're seeing is so far out of balance that you just can't even bring it into where it could ever exist in your reality. Okay. Where harmony could ever exist. But over here in your advice, it's kind of like, if you just bring you know, if you just first have self-control is the most important thing. So you got to work on the self-control, and then from that you'll have a better understanding so that you can maintain the moderation you're seeking, the balance you're seeking, the understanding and the harmonious nature of your days, you know, will come to that. But it all starts with self-control, and also having to understand that not everything, you know, don't have a pessimistic attitude is a big message here. Don't be pessimistic, be optimistic. You know that it can happen, and know that you're the only one holding yourself back. Now, temperance is related to Sagittarius, so just because there's two, that might be significant. So, you know, you really have to think about the bigger picture here and try to see that everything that you want can be possible for you, but you just have to put in your work, and your work right now is self-control and moderation, bringing, you know, doing everything in balance and not stepping onto one or the other side of the boat. You know what I mean? It's kind of trying to maintain, what's the word I'm looking for? Even keel. Okay. And because in that space is where you're going to find your peace. Okay, Gemini, that was your reading. Hope you have a wonderful month of September. Enjoy the end of your summer, and I will see you guys next month. Bye-bye.